Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of Season 2 of the Southampton Career Mode. We're going to get going right away with a press conference, and our first question is asking whether I think we'll be more successful at Southampton this year than we were last year. And I think we had a very successful first season. I didn't expect to qualify for the Champions League, and as long as we do get out of that playoff competition, we will be qualifying for the Champions League in this season. But as a manager, I'm always looking to do better the next year than I did the year before, so we have some high ambitions. I'm looking to challenge for a Premier League title and look to get far in the Champions League. I'm not sure whether the quality of our side is ready to win the Champions League. I think that may take a third season, but we'll go by ear. We'll see if you guys are still enjoying the career mode come the end of Season 2, and if I feel like we could use a third season, that's what I'll do. We did make a big money move by bringing back home Morgan Schneiderlin to St. Mary's, and I feel like he had an immediate impact on the team. It might not have been signified too well by the clips I chose to include in the match against Sporting for episode 1, but trust me, he is a fantastic player at that right center mid spot, and I hope he does win you guys over this season. To close things out, we have some banter going on, and we have a question asking how many players Liverpool are going to buy from us this season. Well, if you forgot, we are the ones that qualified for Champions League. Liverpool finished 5th, so don't be too surprised when players choose to join us instead of Liverpool. But that'll be all the questions for today's press conference. If you want to get involved in the next episode, go ahead and leave a comment on this episode, and if I feel like yours is creative enough and would be funny for me to answer, then I might choose that. But let's hop into the episode, play some matches, make some transfers. I want to start off by outlining my plan for today's episode, and although we are well into July, we have a pretty large break before we play our first match of the season in the Premier League against Everton on the 12th at Goodison Park. We also have a match today against Copenhagen on the 15th. This is to qualify for the Champions League, so it's a must-win match, and we'll be playing those two going all the way up to the 20th. We'll save that one for the next episode. So the plan is make some transfers into the team and hopefully win some games. In the last episode, we had a surprise bid come in for Sebastian Aller from Leverkusen. I asked you guys and you voted that you'd be open to me selling him for at least 25 million. I'm going to counter with 30 million, and if Leverkusen actually play this amount, it'll be a great short-term investment and return for us, and we could look to sign an even better striker than Sebastian Aller. But thinking ahead, I have 3 strikers added to our transfer shortlist, and I would be okay with signing any of those 3. Starting things off, we have Mauro Icardi, now playing for Wolfsburg, but of course the former Inter Milan man. Alvaro Morata, still at Real Madrid and growing a good amount. Finally, we have Kevin Volland, currently playing for Leverkusen, a very versatile player that could play at striker or also on the left or right wing. We've got word back from Leverkusen, and although they're not willing to give us 30 million, they have offered 27.5 million for Sebastian Aller. I will gladly take that money and run and look to make some transfer bids for the other strikers. We had 2 transfer deals successfully go through. Shane Long joined Newcastle for 5 million, and we had 3.8 million added to our transfer budget. Sebastian Aller on his way to Germany, we've had 23.5 million added to our transfer budget. So that gives us quite a bit of money to spend, and I haven't forgotten about the other positions that we need to sign. You guys voted that we should sign a center attacking mid, and I have a couple of them here. Also some left mids that could be versatile enough to play in the center of the park, and I'll just be putting in a bunch of bids for these guys and seeing which one is accepted. A pretty ambitious move by Sam Gallagher. He feels like he can fill the shoes of Sebastian Aller, but I don't think he's quite ready as a 21-year-old. But we have had a transfer offer accepted from Leverkusen for Kevin Volland. I also put it in bids for Icardi and Morata, but I just feel like they are too far out of our price range, and I want to save enough of our budget to sign that center attacking mid. So we'll pursue negotiations with Volland. 70 grand a week is what he wants, a 3-year deal, and we'll be giving him a crucial first team player. I want Volland to be the last striker we sign for this career mode because we've had a lack of continuity at striker position, so I want this to be our guy. We're already into August, so I want to give an update on our player training for this month, and we have our 2 slots allotted to our Youth Academy players, but I allotted 2 slots to Fraser Forster, and although he's 29 years old, I received a comment saying that he can still grow through the training training. I know it worked last year with Loris Karius in FIFA 16, so I might as well try it out, and if it works, then I'll keep doing it. Otherwise, we'll give those spots to someone else. And we're also training up Jake Hesketh, a player that has a ton of potential for us. Might not show it in his rating, but I want to help him develop a little bit faster. A couple of monthly scouting updates to get through. We have our one in the Netherlands looking for a winger, and right away we have a 60 to 80 potential player, 70 to 94 Sem de Graaf. Loving the names on these Youth Academy players. Now moving on, an 83 to 94. That might be the highest potential player I've found through the scouting network. So some fantastic results so far. And moving on to 76 to 94. That's 3 players for this month. Make that 4 with the 72 to 94. And finally, a 68 to 94. What a scouting report from the Netherlands. Back to back, we have another scouting network from Morocco and a 78 to 94 potential player added to the Youth Academy. We'll see if we have similar luck to what we had in the Netherlands. Another one signed up, and 2 is not too bad from Morocco. Now I'm starting to put in bids for those center attacking mids, and Viktor Kovalenko is a player that was heavily suggested in the comments section, and it looks like Shakhtar Donetsk have accepted a $13.5 million bid from Fiorentina, so it's going to be a race if we want to pick up Kovalenko. Gazaniga is a goalkeeper that just came back on loan for us, and I don't really see him in our first team plans. He's too old to really find a large amount of potential, so we'll be accepting this bid straight away from QPR and get about $1 million added to our transfer budget. Some good news and some bad news. Shakhtar Donetsk has accepted our $15 million bid for Kovalenko, so we'll look to get that taken care of right away. But Kevin Volland has declined his initial contract offer. He doesn't want to relocate ideally, which usually means he wants some more money. So we'll take care of that in a second. On to the Kovalenko deal. We'll throw a little bit extra money his way to incentivize him to join us here at Southampton. $40,000 will be the wages. It'll be a 4-year deal, not a 3-year deal, and a squad rotational player role. I don't feel like he's ready for an important first team player quite yet. On to the Kevin Volland contract negotiations. We originally gave him 70 grand a week. We'll bump that up to 100. I know it's a sharp increase, but the move from the Bundesliga to the Premier League is gonna allow us to get more money for him in the long run in terms of the TV deals and all that stuff, so I feel like the extra wages are warranted. Gazaniga has successfully made the move over to QPR, but Kovalenko wants a larger role in the squad. I'm surprised he hasn't accepted the deal for Fiorentina, so we'll give him that important first team player role. Realistically, it's what he will be, but we have some other players that could play center attacking mid, and I don't want to offer him up something that he won't necessarily get, but we'll take that risk. Another 4-year deal, and this time an important first team player role. Probably our final scouting network coming through from Turkey. 67 to 91 potential, leading things off. 63 to 87. I won't keep repeating this, but we have a 78 to 94, and our scouting networks this month have been absolutely fantastic, and we've had some good players to our youth academy, but that will be the only one we signed this month from Turkey. Probably the best news we'll have all episode. 2 back-to-back contract offers have been accepted. Kevin Volland and Viktor Kovalenko, 2 players that are going to improve the quality of our side immensely, and I'm just hoping we have enough in the transfer budget to make these deals happen. It looks like it will take place, and we even have some extra money to spare. Right now, I think this is going to be the team that we move forward with and play our first Premier League match of the season with, and we'll only cover the midfield forward because we haven't made any changes in our back line. Ward-Prowse being moved down from center attacking mid to left center mid. Kovalenko taking over the center attacking mid spot, and Schneiderlin at the right center mid. Up front, we have Tadic, Kevin Volland, and Sofian Boufal. Our team's looking stronger than ever, and I feel like we're ready to challenge for a Premier League title. It is finally time, guys. Opening day of the Premier League season at Goodison Park against Everton. I'm extremely excited to try out our new team, and I'm hoping it can bring us back to winning ways because we're in a bit of a slump, not just this season, but towards the end of last season. But let's just get into it and try to pick up the W. I'll tell you what, Everton have an awfully good looking side, but they are missing the big man up top in Romelu Lukaku. I'll try to take full advantage of that, score a couple of goals, and see how our defense can play in the back line. Just mind you, we are playing our former boss in Ronald Koeman, so this match means a lot. I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again at some point in this career mode, but I am the worst with kit numbers, and I forgot to change it going into this game, but I'll do so immediately afterwards and sort that out. Sofian Boufal holding up the play, and we might be able to get on the counterattack. It's Dusan Tadic, has a good amount of pace, and he has a runner on the far post. We're just going to look to whip this one. Not sure why that runner stopped his run, but oh my goodness, Ward-Prowse almost scored the most improbable of volleys for the first Premier League goal of the year. We'll have to take a look at the replay and see how close this was. What a hit that was. Oh, that's a good run being made by Schneiderlin. Needs to bang this one. What an opportunity to get his first goal after coming back to Southampton, but he blasts it over the crossbar. His CDM finishing really showing off right there, but he'll get more chances like that this season. Let's keep faith in him. Good ball played by Ward-Prowse to Buffon, and some excellent dribbling to burst by the Everton left back. Using a Berber spin to cut inside. This could be the first goal of the season. Good save by Leka, though. I was prematurely celebrating right there, and we'll go ahead and go with a driven corner kick. This might be a chance for Virgil van Dijk, but it's another corner. We're getting chance after chance, and Everton, they need to be sweating because we have been the better side today. This one could be decent, but Bezic finally clears the danger. What a first half we've had. 6 shots, 4 on target for us, and 59% of the possession. It beats me how we haven't scored, and I think it's only a matter of time before we get the result we're looking for. We might need to start thinking about making substitutions soon, but before we do that, I want to get one more attack in. That attack was not successful, so we'll make those substitutions now, and we have a plentiful amount of options on the bench. Ward-Prowse is looking tired, so we'll take him off and bring on Salih Uchan, who started heating up towards the end of Season 1. Along with that, we have Nathan Redmond, who's a quality right winger. I want to give him some play time for Dusan Tadic. In regards to our striker, we do have Kevin Volland in currently, but Jay Rodriguez is a proven goal scorer. I want to give him some play time. Oh my goodness. It's a goal for Everton. I am honestly so angry right now because we have had chance after chance in this game, and one of the few chances Everton have had, they score on. I try to stay positive as much as possible in these career mode episodes, but when things are going the way they currently are, it's frustrating to say the least, and that should have been a foul, but the ref will play advantage. Let's push on and at least get a draw from this game. I'm not looking to pick up no points on opening day. Go on, Jay Rodriguez. We need you to step up right now. Play this one in the middle. Let's get the goal. And there it is. 1-1. Let's get a second. Now, I didn't even talk about the goal scorer. It was Viktor Kovalenko, just being in the right place at the right time, which is a quality that's not rated as much as it should be. One point we'll have to do in our first Premier League fixture. Everton really turned things around in the second half, and they're a quality side. So I'll take a point from this one and start thinking about future matches. But the man of the match went to Gerard Deulofeu with the goal, an 8.1 rating. As promised, I have changed the kit numbers around, and as far as I know, things are as updated as they can be. But if you guys have any other numbers in mind, don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section. Before we get into the final match of the episode, I wanted to open a poll question for you guys. This is something I'm going to try to do in each and every episode as long as I possibly can. And the poll question for you is who you think our captain should be. Currently, I have James Ward-Prowse as our captain, but there's plenty of other potential candidates. Morgan Schneiderlin comes to mind, but I'll have a couple of poll options available to you. Go ahead and pick the one who you believe should be our team captain. Due to stamina issues, we've had to option for our second team in this crucial playoff fixture for the Champions League group stage. There are 2 legs of this competition, so I'm not too worried about it, and Copenhagen isn't the best quality of side, but taking a closer look at our team management, I'm still very happy with the players I have chosen. Jay Rodriguez, Kevin Volland, and Dyer up front. Jake Hesketh bossing it up in the center attacking midfield, and we should be all right. The atmosphere is on another level here in Denmark, but the quality of the Copenhagen side is not the best. A couple players I can spot out, including Yoris Akore, but I think our side should be able to get it done. Here's Kevin Volland, pushing a little bit deep into our midfield, but I can rate it. He has high work rate, so that's a little bit expected from him. He'll loft it across and see if someone can connect with it. It's a good effort by Dyer, but once again, Copenhagen get it cleared. That is dangerous, and it's 1-0 for our opposition. You know, I could tell from the start that that was going to be a legitimate chance. You can see here, he runs it to the byline, sends it across. We do well to clear it away, but not the best place to clear it away. It's a decent effort by Yoshida, but we need to improve from here. Are you kidding me? It's a penalty kick out of nowhere, and I felt like I had no control over it. I think Pierre-Emile Højbjerg just knocked over one of our opposition. We'll take a closer look at it, but this is starting to get ridiculous. If you call that a penalty, my only hope right now is just to save it. Come on, McCarthy. Dive to your left, and it's slotted away in the top right-hand corner. I am honestly so angry right now. Fair play if the CPU gets legitimate goals, but that is a BS call, and that should not have been a second goal. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I'm not even going to bother looking at the match stats because I know we're behind in that aspect, but I'm going to make some changes and try to get a couple of goals back. There are 2 legs of this competition, so we're just going to try to close the gap as much as possible. If we can do it by 3 goals, that's perfect. If we can do it by 1 or 2, that's all right as well. Hesketh is coming off, and we have a couple options to go with, but I'll go with Sally Uchan, and I have switched around the formation as well. Trying out a 2-striker formation, see if that works any better for us. All right, that's 1 goal down. Still 2 more to go, but I'm glad we closed the gap a little bit. And I apologize for not talking over the gameplay, but at this point, I just need to focus. Come on, Kevin Vollen. We need to score 1 more before this match is over, and that would put us in a lot better situation. He'll play in the middle. Saliuchan needs a shoot. Got taken down, but it was a clean tackle. And I think that is how the match will end, guys. 4-1. No one could have predicted this result going in. And had we not made that tackle, it could have been 5-1. But I still feel like we have a chance to come back in the second leg. Otherwise, we're going to have to do our competition elsewhere. But let's look at the match stats. Some absolutely atrocious statistics, and part of me feels like we deserve the result. But then again, we did not deserve to concede that second goal. That, I have no idea what happened in that regards. But looking at the player ratings, it was Santander with a 10.0. You don't see that too often for the opposition. But guys, that will wrap things up on not the best note of the career mode, but hopefully we can come back strong in the next episode and advance to the group stage of the Champions League. Otherwise, we'll be in the EuroLeague once again and look to do well in that competition. But if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.